just something to add to this. I tried to get Andy to be part of Reiki when we started Reiki, and he went this way, which is, I have a ton of respect for what Andy does. He's the only wholesaler in Phoenix that I've purchased properties from. And he does a kick-ass job on the properties that he does turn, right? He's got a unique look, but he's out there hustling. So I have a lot of respect for him. What he does every day, it's slightly different, but the same kind of effort goes into it. And I wanted to talk to Andy and have him share his story with you guys today, how he got started, and we have a list of questions that we're going to go through with him. Anyways, everybody, Andy Griffin. This is where he said hi.
I was doing one of these.
Okay.
Hello.
Even better. So, tell us, like, what drew you to get involved with real estate?
Yeah, I think for me, I was doing lending, and when the market crashed, the faucet turned off, and I really didn't have anywhere to go. And buying some properties at a distressed state at the lowest price that anybody had seen in a long time was appealing to me, and that's what kind of got me started on the residential side.
So, how long ago was that?
Market crash right around 2008. So I got in towards right around 2008, and we were doing short sale flips. We were buying and selling short sales, essentially getting a product to market that we could sell within 30 days, where the traditional buyer have to wait 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 18 months at times to work with Bank of America to get an approval on a property that maybe the price didn't even work depending on what the bank wanted. I could bring a property to market, have a price, you could have it in 30 days. We sold a bunch of those.
Cool. So, and then how many Lamborghinis do you have now?
I don't buy Lamborghinis, but I buy real estate.
How easy or how difficult was it to get started once you got started in real estate? Would you say it was smooth sailing right out of the gates? I mean, what were some of the issues that you faced getting going?
Yeah, it's hard work, man. It's I mean, you're one of the few guys that actually do it. So, you got to get up every day. You got to want it. I stumbled in it out of necessity. I mean, the faucet turned off in my business. I was driving Mercedes, and I was acting like an asshole, and I was buying stuff I shouldn't be buying. And when the market stopped, it was over, right? And this was an investor had their hand out and said, "Hey, come, and I will help you learn how to do this," right?
Right.
And I didn't know I would love that until I got into it. And then, when people tell you gotta love what you do, when you wake up in the morning, you gotta love it. I love this shit, and if you don't, you're in the wrong industry.
Right.
And I think, getting up every day and knowing that you got to work your ass off every single day, and you got to implement systems and processes, and nothing about what we do is get rich quick. And did it happen for you? Didn't happen for me that way.
No get rich quick schemes over here. But it's worth it, definitely. I wanted to ask you, because you said you love it, you love getting up every day and doing it. What is it that you love about real estate?
Yeah, honestly, the creativity of it all, to be honest with you. For me, putting a sign in the yard and driving some people around just doesn't really entice me.
Right.
Sitting with a seller that has, every asshole in town, knocking on the door to buy their house, and finding a creative way that nobody else can structure a deal on and pay less than everybody else paid. That's what I live for.
Right. You do your own projects too, right? So you put your own stuff out there. You do wholesale, and you do your own fix and flips, and you have your own
rental portfolio.
Yeah. So what's your end game here? What's your game plan? I mean, what's your thoughts on the market, where it's going? Where do you want to go? Like, when do you see yourself doing this forever?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think as a real estate investor, we get in and we have this idea like, oh, there's big pops in these things, right? Like, my friend just made 30 grand or 50 grand or whatever the numbers are, and it kind of sucks you in with the big numbers, and you can make decent money at this career without breaking your week with hundreds of hours of work, right? For me, I'm trying to build systems and processes that I can put in place that I don't have to work the grind so much anymore, and have that long-term wealth built. So, the reason why we do flip a lot of properties, we take that money, we put it into buy and holds, and the money that we make on the flips, We feed the buy and holds to to renovate, raise the rents, and at some point, when I'm no longer here, I hope to leave a large portfolio for my kids and give them a start that I didn't really have.
You got so many times we hear that people want to start it to leave a legacy for their family, and real estate, again, Andy's talking about it. It's a vehicle that you can create a ton of wealth, and I've seen a lot of people do it. It's that residual income. He's got a very similar model in that he starts and does the wholesale piece, and then we'll do also a fix and flip to pay for that and residual piece, right? So it's no different than my model or a lot of people's model, but a lot of people look at it and go, hey, I just want to do fix and flips, I'm gonna make all this money, but they forget that, hey, these times are good right now.
Yeah.
They're not always gonna be here, and we'll have a struggle, so to create that residual income.
Yeah, well, the thing is, man, I mean, and you prove it day after day, right? Like the flip, whether you're wholesale or you're fix and flipping, whatever it is, that's transactional money. You flip it, you have that money, and inevitably you're going to spend some of it, and then you're going to put it back out to work. So you turn your 25 to 50 to 100.
Go buy a Lamborghini.
Or you could buy a Lamborghini and then
waste it. Sorry.
But that's the thing. Even with the flip model, and again, wholesale or fix and flip or whatever you want to term it, whatever realm you want to be in, you just keep leveraging up, right? So you turn 25 to 50, turns into 100. You're always working it, right? And so when the market makes a shift, and we're all running on pretty thin margins right now, the market makes a shift and you got your cash out, guess what? You're broke again, right? You're back to where you started. Whereas if you take that transaction money and you piece parts of that out into the long-term buy and hold like you do, and I'm trying to catch up to you, is when that market does make a shift, you have money coming in on the first. You have people showing up with a check in hand to pay you, so you stay afloat and you're not waiting tables or driving limousines at night while you're trying to get back on your real estate grind.
Andy will tell you when he got started doing the fix and flips, he also was driving limos at night. Anything he needed to do to make it all happen. And sometimes you got to ask yourself, are you willing to do whatever it takes? Are you willing to put in those crazy hours? So many people just want to quit and think, I'm just going to do fix and flips, or I'm just going to do wholesale. And sometimes you need to be like a little realistic about it. And I'm not here to tell people how to chase and follow their dreams, but it sure is easier if you're able to have a couple things working while you're setting up your business, right? That could be your current day job. You don't have to necessarily quit it. If you hate your job and you want to come to work for someone like, if you're in Phoenix and you want to get into this business and do some wholesale stuff, come see Andy. He'll put you to work. I don't know if you're going to cut it, but he'll put you to work. Maybe.
If you got the drive.
Yeah. All right. So anybody looking at getting started in real estate, what would you what's some advice that you would give them?
Yeah. Well, I think for me the biggest game changer was some organization. I invested in a small tool. I know you have some tools that you guys use that kind of track your deals. Because I literally had a yellow piece of paper and a notepad and my phone, and I missed a bunch of stuff. That was a huge help for me. Farming an area, I've been told that my entire sales career, farm an area, and I didn't ever do that until I started the District Phoenix, and we farmed a historic neighborhood on accident. Just kind of blossomed into it, and that's when everything really changed. And quite frankly, is finding a way to pay yourself a small salary and keep your money separate. Right, so you got your business money, you're doing your flips in, your eyes on reinvesting in long-term real estate, but paying yourself a little bit of money, because I don't know about you, but I'm that sales guy that, like, you put it in front of me, I'm gonna go do something with it, like buy a Lamborghini if I got too much of it, right? So no, I wouldn't do that. But paying yourself enough to cover your bills, have some good times with it, some fun money, and running it like a real business. I mean, when you're swiping your card for everything, when it's a business expense or not, because you think you're going to write it off. You don't have a business; you just have an idea that's kind of floating around. So
right, very true. You got to stay disciplined. If there's money in your pocket, don't think it has to burn a hole in it, and you have to go do something. And if you have to do something with it, buy real estate. I have a problem if I see too much money in an account, I'm going to go buy real estate. My problem is if I don't have any money in the account, I still go buy real estate.
And that's when you know you're hitting it.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, I appreciate your time today. I love being able to go through this with you. I have a lot of respect for you. You guys, the district, if you're in Phoenix, look up, what's your guys' website?
thedistrictphoenix.com.
Check out some of their projects. What if they're looking for a wholesale deal? And a lot of you guys that are here in Phoenix, I refer you guys over to Andy. Our offices are across from each other, and I'll have you guys go talk to him, and you guys often find deals through. So.
Yeah, you can feel free to call us or reach out via phone or email, but you can go to sellerdirecthouses.com to see our latest inventory. And I just got to tell you, man, like, there's a lot of guys out there selling information that aren't doing deals, and I think it's pretty cool if you guys have an opportunity to work with somebody who's actually crushing it. We did a couple hundred deals last year. I look up to John for the volume he's doing and the amount of deals he's doing, both in volume and in deal size. So,
Thanks, man.
good, pal. Proud of you.
All right, thank you. Ditto.